Hello, hello, gorgeous ones. Little Anne-Marine here. How are you today? Just getting a little bit of a roll-on happening here, doing our weekly purpose message for you. Lovely to see you. And if you're watching the replay, say replay. So I'm bringing you today truth and insight. Truth and insight. Hello, hello. Who have I got here? Say hello. I'm going to see if I can get my messages up because the last time I missed them all. Oh, hello, Carolyn. Oh, awesome. Great. They are. Hey, Kaya. Good to have you here. Good to have you here. Awesome. So I am doing a 6-card reading today for you. I'm using the Māori Oracle. The Māori Oracle, I've already pulled the cards, had a little bit of a research there, and the soul coaching. And so again, these cards are for your purpose. Now, they would be particularly inspiring for you if you are a healer and you are bringing your healing work out into the world on purpose as well. But if you are not, you will still get something from these. So my work is really working with healers, helping them discover their purpose using hand analysis. And I teach that, and you can come and join me and learn that. And then also for those who want to express their gifts with a project, if they're working on a certain program in business, and to help them come out of hiding and really show up and give them that confidence. So that's what I do. So again, these cards will help you with that. And I'm going to share with you a very special event that's happening in Frankston in a week or so, not this Friday, the following Friday. And Kaya is our guest speaker who was on here. So let's go. So just feel in right now if you want to have 1, 2, or 3, because I've chosen 6 cards, but they come in groups of 2, and I'm using those decks. I've already told you that. So 1, 2, or 3, you can put 1, 2, or 3 down below, or just feel into yourself. Or this is take the whole lot. We are an abundant beings. Let me just get centered. So just before I jump into those, I was listening to somebody, I think his name's Tiamo, and he was doing a Path to Purpose event. Actually, I was running events, and one of my events was called Path to Purpose, and I was watching him think, oh, this is so good. A couple of things that came up to that, especially when you're doing a healer and you're doing your work in the world. And he said, it's like when I said, your mess is your message. If you don't know what you're supposed to be helping people with, look into your own lessons, and your lessons are in your hands. Your lessons, what your story is. And he said, what you reveal, you heal. Isn't that awesome, right? What you reveal, you heal. Which is the more, if you want to, attract more people to work with you, you have to kind of give it all. Right, and you have to show not just the shiny pieces of yourself. Like, look at me. I had this. Look. Okay, I basically had herpes this week. So it's my cold sore, which is herpes. You get me. And I'm like, I can't go on video. I'm healing it up, and obviously that gives me. I was working with that herpes. Cold sores are all about kind of something exploding, like anger. I think it's anger, and then depending where it is on your body. Anyway, enough about me. But I'm like, I can't show up today because I've got this hideous thing, and so I kind of hid out last week. But it's like what you reveal, you have to heal. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, I need to do this reading, so I'm going to show up, herpes and all, and just get it done. And nobody cares. Right? Nobody really cares. They're attracted to your energy. Well, hopefully I haven't repelled some of you. Anyway, so I thought that was amazing. What you hear, what you reveal, you heal. As you work through your own work as a healer, you can only help the people who, as much as the work that you've done, your inner work is what I'm talking about, yourself. So yeah, I love that. Okay, let's get on to the cards, shall we? So the first card we have, I'm going to go from the Māori Oracle, is Matou. I think I'm saying that. And it's basically a fish hook, right? It's a fish hook. and the Māori used to use that to catch their fish. And so I'm going to go to the book, the Matau. Am I saying that right, Kaya? The Mātou. There we go. It's the Mātou. Takes me like Mātou. So it's the fish hook. Mātou. And it says, opportunity born of determination. Right? So think about your purpose. Think about your healing business. Opportunity born of determination. With diligence and patience, you will benefit. And it goes on to say, a good fisherman knows what to catch any one type of fish. You need the right hook and you need the right bait in a particular place at a particular time. And sometimes it can take a long time to work out these variables, and even then you must be patient and persevere. In doing so, eventually abundance will be yours. So when I'm reading into that, it's like if you have your own healing business, and you're throwing out things, you're putting out offers, and sometimes they fall flat, sometimes things don't work, but you've got to hang on and have patience. Like, just keep doing it. Go to the places, reveal more of yourself. You will hook them in. I know that's a weird thing. We don't want to hook people to work with us. It's a metaphor. But it's like when you do fishing, I remember going to fishing in Darwin, and we were fishing for barramundi, and the person that were on the boat, don't go fishing in Darwin, there's crocodiles everywhere. It was very scary. But anyway, so if you want the barramundi, you put a different bait on there, on the fish hook. If you want, another type of fish, you would put a different bait there. So again, look at what you are doing to attract these people to you. But it is coming. The opportunity is there, because to support this card is the transformation. I love this one. Look at that, the transformation. These two go together, right? So the message is, I am joyously centered and safe as wonderful changes occur around me. So when I feel into this one, I don't need to read this, because this is also about the transformation. It's like the phoenix, right? The phoenix, the mythology around the phoenix, how it burns to the ground, but it rises out of the ashes through the transformation. And then you can use your fish hook, because you're in a different place when you go through this transformation. And I want to give a big shout out to Joe Pascoe, because we played the transformational game on the weekend, on Sunday. And it's this amazing game. You have 4 players and you're going around the board. She is the facilitator of that. And as you're going through, picking different cards, it was truly transformational. You start to clear blocks, and you get these blocks that come up, and you all come with an intention. So Joe Pascoe, I'm going to tag you in there if you want to go and do that. But through that transformation, through looking at, revealing what the blocks are, then you can do something with them. So you can go out and hook those opportunities that are there. They are there. And I am the least patient person ever, but I'm learning to be. So maybe that was for me. Okay, so do you resonate with this? Aye, Kaya, aye. Okay, so our second card today. Now, I'm just going to get I want to say this right, straight up. Okay, so this is a bird, and it's actually the kingfisher. Good morning, Michelle. And it is called the kōtarepopo. It's called the kōtarepopo. In Māori, it's the kingfisher. Now, the message from the kōtarepopo is, it's a beautiful bird. It's not much bigger than a blackbird, but it has a reputation of a fierce, unflinching warrior, despite its size, right? Never judge anything by size alone, or by the cover, right? Or by the cover. One legend tells, I don't need to read that, but what the kingfisher does when he wants his prey, he sits in full view, so he doesn't hide anywhere. And then it's like when he looks at his prey, and he's like, oh, okay, I'm sussed it all out, and then he'll go in and collect his prey. He's not a hider, regardless of his size. He's very strong. So if this is you, if you're resonating with number 2, this is you. And the second card to support that you are, I'll read the message. It says, underestimation. The nature of the thing outside itself may not always reflect its truth. So you are never to be underestimated. Your dream is never to be underestimated. You are here for your purpose as you emerge. Like, I love how these come together. You're emerging. Look at that, she's coming out of the flower. And the message from the emerging, I am emerging into the light with joy and ease. And I do want to read this one. I do feel like I want to read this one. Emerging. Okay, so just as a new sprout pushes through the soil into light, you are emerging. Ideas and things that have been incubating within you for a long time are now moving toward manifestation. Got it? Have you got that? Yes, Warrior Light 2, Kaya. Okay, so size doesn't matter. Sometimes size does not matter. Covers does not matter. Just be your own fierce person, right? So, and I don't want to say attack your purpose. It's like you've been sitting back and watching and sussing it out as the kingfisher does, and now it's like, okay, it's time. It is your time. Emerge. Ooh, whoever did number 2, I love that. Okay, so on to our last card. Okay. Oh, thanks, Michelle. And oh my gosh, I want to know all about where you've been on the weekend. Sounds very interesting. So this one I'm going to start with first is I'm going to go to the reverse. I'm going to go with this one. So if you chose number 3, it's called Sanctuary. And the message is, I'm divinely guided gently and lovingly. Now, whenever I see Sanctuary, yes, do that, Michelle, thank you very much. Whenever I see Sanctuary, it's a message to always go within, right? To always go within. And it's also a message to to set up a sanctuary for yourself. Okay, so if you do have a healing business, like whether you are starting out or you see client after client after client, and you're forgetting to do the clearing, you're just busy, right? Like you're giving this amazing sessions out to people. Sometimes you just need to go and have your time out in your own beautiful sanctuary. So if you don't have a sanctuary at home, this is saying go and set something up. Now, you don't have to spend copious amounts of money on it. It just could be a corner of the living room, or do a bit of an altar in your bedroom, or just somewhere that you feel really taken care of, really safe, and put some essential oils on. I'm smelling them already. So this 3rd card, okay, Sanctuary. The card to support this is how do I say that? Takake. Now, this is a net. So the sanctuary, just imagine you're in your room, you've got your beautiful altar, you've got things happening, you're going in, you're getting divine messages from your sanctuary. And then the takake, the message from this, this is actually a net. So, and I'm just reading out of the book here. In the Maori fishing net was not originally from the Maori, right? It was taken from the Tūruhu, which is the fairy people, right? The fairy people. And so a man was walking one day, he was on a journey to a village, and he came across the fairy people, the Tūruhu, and who only came out at night to fish. So they would use their fishings. And he was quite taken by this, right? Quite taken by this. And so he joined them in their work, and they didn't really notice that he was not a fairy man, and he was a Maori man. And what he did is he tricked them to stay there until the daylight. When the daylight came up and they saw that he wasn't one of them, and they fled and they left their fishing nets. Right? They left their fishing nets. And so the takake, the Maori, got their fishing nets from these fairy people by opportunity. Hey Sandra, I'm using the Maori Oracle and I'm using the Soul Coaching. So this one here, the takake, he took the opportunity. The nets were dropped, and he picked them up and went on to share them with his people. Why it's come up with the sanctuary, why it's come up with here, is because as you're in your sanctuary and you're bringing in your ideas for your next launch or your next product or your next circle, your net is going to capture those ideas while you are in this space. Does that make sense? I'm thinking, why would you have a net with Sanctuary? But that the opportunities only come when you're in this quiet time here, which I get so annoyed with because I don't like having quiet time. I'm always busy, but when you are quiet, it's like when you are writing an email out to your people, or if you've got an email and you're like, oh, you really labor over it, where you just go quiet and it actually comes to you, right? You're putting the net out and it comes to you, and it's easy to write. So there you go, right? There you go. We've got Mato, transformation, the hook, transformation, kotare popo, and emerging, come out. And we've got the takake, and sanctuary. Capture those ideas. All right, my darlings, that is it for the reading. And before I go, I want to just share with you, and Kai, you're on here. Yeah, it does. Absolutely, Michelle. That's when the intuition does come through instead of, filling up our minds. It's that quiet time. And I like to walk, and sometimes you have to walk without the music. I've got music going, but sometimes if you just cut everything out, then whatever meditation happens for you. So next Friday, for those who are in Victoria and in Melbourne, preferably, and then coming back down into Frankston. I used to run goddess circles every month for 4 or 5 years at my home in the goddess shed out the back in Piersdale. And I put those I've kind of stopped those for a while having my own sanctuary, right? And I was talking to Kaya, who was actually in the feed here today, and I was talking about, something. I said, oh my gosh, I have to have a goddess circle, and you need to be the speaker. You need to, because I always, it's about women coming together, sitting in circle, laughing, dancing, talking, appreciating, seeing each other, getting, really activating our purpose and just having a good old great time, really. And we were just talking about something, and I said, you've got to come and share that. So she's going to be our guest goddess on the next Friday. And it will be at my own residence, so I'm not putting the address up. It is in Frankston. It is very limited numbers because I don't have a huge house. So I'm going to post in after here in the Goddess Inner Circle. I'm going to send it out to my list. So please come to that. That would be so awesome to see you. It's $33. You bring a small plate to share, something about sharing food, and have a great time. And it's not this Friday, it's the following Friday. Okay, my darlings, that is it for me. Thank you for being here. Yes, Michelle, a collaboration. Well, that's what it's all about this year, isn't it? Aren't we no, that's the sixes. But there's a lot of twos, 2022. Collaborate, get together. You don't have to do this alone. It's all about connection, and I need to go now. Okay, you're rising to the occasion, Kaya. And I don't know if I'll ever do it again. Like, this may be just a one-off. I'm just not sure. I'm just not planning out too far. I know I've got some exciting news coming up soon, but yeah, just be present. Be present. Don't go too much into the future and let the past go. I'm going out of here. I'm just going on and on. I love you. Lots of love. Bye-bye.